Okay, what's up guys? I've gotten a lot of support on my previous butterfly knife videos. 17,000 views as of the recording of this video, so thank you guys for all of your views. I've also been looking at the comment section to see some feedback, because in that last video, this was the knife I was talking about. It is the bearded man knife, because it looks like a bearded man in my opinion. We're going to be sort of talking about this guy right here, as well as a new one that in my opinion looks a little bit better. This is the new knife. As you can see, it is made up of 3 straight parts. It looks a lot slimmer. It looks a lot more clean compared to this. Let's go into some pros and cons. So for this knife, the pros is definitely how it looks. It looks extremely cool, and as you go ahead and do the trick, right, the knife looks like this. It looks like this on this side, and these are the handles right here. So the knife looks extremely good, in my opinion, a lot better than the bearded man here. But the bearded man functions a little bit better, and I'll go into that in a second. The bearded man I went over a lot in the last video. The main structure is actually 2 L pieces, which are these pieces right here. There will be a picture of an L piece right here in this corner. As you can see, the foundation is actually 2 L pieces put together right next to each other, and the blade is actually formed right here. And this is a T piece. If you could see that in the middle. Right there, the T piece, obviously the arms come off the sides of the T, and then the blade goes down the middle of the T. Those are the 2 ways I recommend building a butterfly knife. Let's go right into how to construct them. First off, guys, it's going to be the new knife. This is the T piece knife, is what I'm going to call it. It looks more professional. I feel like if you're not going to be playing with it a lot, you probably want to build this one actually, because it just looks so much cleaner. This piece right here just happened to be in this set that I was looking at. This is the set. It is from 2017. It includes this piece, but I'm sure that there are other places where you can also get this piece right here, which is what I use for the blade. It all starts from this, the T piece, and that is the foundation of the entire knife. Down the middle is where the blade goes, down here, and off to the sides are where the arms are going to go. But basically, this is what I use for the blade. It is consisted of this piece right here. It is also consisted of a 7-hole sort of bar, which is this piece right here. Let me show you. A 7-hole bar. I also have these little black connector pins on them, which attaches to the knife like this, the blade. So that's how I attach that. And then I have this piece right here, which I do not know how to describe. Looks like this. And I just put that right here on the edge of the blade part. And that is exactly how I built this blade. And that just all what it does, you take the T piece and you just attach these 2 pieces right on the T piece. So now the blade looks like this. The T piece is right there, and just going down is the blade. As you can see, it's only 1 tile long. So yeah, that is the blade. For the arms, they are identical. I used a 13, I believe. I have a connector pin, which is actually different from the black connector pins. And let me go ahead and show you why. I was actually explaining this in the last video, but that little kid was very young and very hyper after just taking a shower. Anyway, this is the gray connector pin that I used for the handles. You actually use that gray connector pin on both of the bearded man as well as the T-piece knife. This connector piece has no ridges. I don't know. Can the camera focus? I'm going to focus on the different camera. As you can see right here, this piece has ridges on it, and then this piece has no ridges on it. It is completely smooth. See that? So the smoother connector pin is what you use for the handles, because the handles need to be free flowing and they obviously need to move a lot. And then the black ones you use to connect pieces like these together. So let's go ahead and just show you guys the handles one more time. The handles consist of a 13 black bar right here. This is sort of a filler piece. You can use this piece instead if you want to. That's sort of just filler. You can also put a giant bar on top of it. You want to make sure you have one hole available at the top though for that smooth connector pin. And then just make sure it's just 2 layers. At least I would say 15 long, which is how long this is. That's how you make the handle. So once you got that, you got this with the T-piece and the blade going down, and you just go ahead and attach. So you're just gonna attach it like that, and flip it around, and you're gonna attach an identical handle right here. And that's legit the whole knife. But yeah, that is the T-piece knife. Let's go ahead and hop into the bearded man glass. The bearded man, what's interesting about the bearded man is its handles sort of angle outwards, as you can sort of see. So they're not hugging the blade. You see the blade? There is space in between the blade and the handles. And the way I actually accomplished that, the blade actually has this little bit sticking out, which is a whole piece right here, this whole piece. I actually just connected those, and I actually left some space inside of the blade. And that's how they angle out like that. The reason why I have them angled out is when you do a trick like this, you have a little handle right here to sort of grip onto, and then as you spin it and then flick it back, you have this sort of handle to grip onto. And then as you go backwards, there's actually a little bit space between the blade and the handle. So your fingers have a little bit more leeway, so the blade doesn't chomp your hand down. Obviously these aren't real blades, but it also just flows. Oh god, it flows a little bit better. Not quite sure how to describe it, but as you can see, a downside of the bearded man is that the blade is like this sort of shape. It's really a balance. If you guys prefer more professional look, or a better performing butterfly knife. The bearded man has 2 L pieces right here, right next to each other, which basically makes a T-piece, but the center has 2 layers, so the blade is 2 layers long, and then you just connect the handles the same way, just by placing pieces on top of each other. First piece being this piece right here, this sort of like weird, almost an L-shaped piece, and then just play around with the center blade until those pieces actually fit into the center, as you can see. I don't know if there's a better angle. These are 5 hole long pieces. Then leave a little space right here, leave a 2 hole wide space, and then use another 5 hole pieces to connect to these 5 hole pieces right here, and then that will be your blade. So hopefully I cleared some things up. Let me know in the comments. I will be reading all of them. And yeah, see you next time on Boss Bassoon. Oh, I'm tired. Oh my god.